Welcome back. You're still watching the Afia Morning Show. And pleasure to have you still joining us. Of course, remember that Nka Lounge comes your way this evening at 8 p.m. And Paragon will be serenading us with her tunes. Super talented young lady. Do well to watch that right here on Afia TV. Now, away from Nka Lounge and that performance, on November 8th, 2025, Anambra electorate would head to the polls to vote their preferred candidates at the off-cycle election. Now, major parties, including the All Progressives Congress, the Labour Party, and the People's Democratic Party, will challenge the ruling All Progressives Grand Alliance. Now, how does Apga intend to secure its seat at the State House? Joining us now from the state capital is the State Chairman, APGA, Chief Ifeatu Obi-Okoye. Chief Obi-Okoye, thank you so much for joining us, and good morning again.
Welcome.
All right, Chief. Okay, if you can hear me, let's just get right to it. How confident are you in APGA securing Anambra State during the off-cycle election next month, November 8th? How confident do you feel?
Well, my body language should say it all. It's barely a week to next Saturday. And the question has always been not how prepared APGA is, or rather how prepared are the opposition to take power from APGA. You know, in heavyweight boxing, they normally say if you want to beat a heavyweight title holder, you must knock him out. You don't take the belt from a heavyweight title by going for points with him. We've looked around the field. We don't find serious opposition. With due respect, we don't find serious opposition. Neither from the APC, YPP, PDP candidates have fizzled away. The Labour candidate is neither here nor there. So we are quite confident that come Saturday, we will entrench Mr. Governor, not just because of the party, but because of his performance. And I want to tell you quite frankly, and quite honestly, what is happening in the electoral process in Anambra State has never happened before. Right now, the people have taken ownership of the electioneering process, taking ownership in the context of the people themselves, arranging for the rallies, funding the rallies, and even going as far as making endorsements and making donations, open donations to Mr. Governor. That is in itself an expression of their satisfaction that he has done well in the last 3 years and deserves a second term in office. Before, we always witness the ruling party campaigning and trying to convince the people about the necessity to vote for them. But it's the other way around. Now
all right.
The people are themselves.
I have to come in there. You've established your point. You've established your point, Chief. Now, the state governor, Professor Chukwumachal Soludo, has come under fire for his recent campaign rally activities, where he said he would endow any ward that he wins in with some millions of naira. And Nigerians are calling for an INEC to monitor that statement and follow it up. How do you respond to the governor being accused of cash for votes syndrome?
I respond to it with every sense of seriousness. I respond to it as a legal practitioner for the last 46 years. And I respond to it so as a politician who has been in the system. There's been a tradition in APGA. That tradition goes way back to Peter Obi's regime, to Obiano's regime, and now. Before elections, we have a way of organizing members of the party, not the public. When Mr. Governor was speaking, he was really speaking to members of the party. And he was asking them to go back to their wards, mobilize their wards. In these days, you have a lot of voter apathy. So we encourage members of the party to go back to their wards and ensure that people come up and meet us to vote. For me, that's why I say I speak as a lawyer. I understand the intendment of the Electoral Act in respect to what you call vote buying. In this case, it is of campaign funds, and there is nothing illegal in the party applying funds in the process of its campaign. So we've been the tradition of Apga, even before now, is that we encourage members of the party go back and mobilize, and at the end of the election, the part that does very well is compensated by the party.
All right. I think because of time, I must say I would not argue with you. I'm going to leave it for the courts to argue about that, okay? Now, let's come to the issue of opposition, which you say is typically, in your view, dead in Anambra State. Now, we see a new campaign that has emerged that is themed Rise with a Nigger. And that features the Action Alliance candidate, Mr. Jeff Weke. He's telling Nigerians to rise with the nigger. And he's pointing at Nigerians saying, I'm the nigger, rise with me. What is the reaction of Apga to this new storm that has hit Anambra State?
I'm still asking, who is this? I'm still asking, who is this? For me,
he's campaigning too, sir.
Not there. He's not there. He's not there. We don't think there's any threat.
How do you feel about Rise with the Nigger? Rise with the Nigger. That's a very contemporary campaign slogan. How do you feel about it?
It doesn't flow with my generation because I don't even understand the language. It probably does not flow with my generation. I'm 67.
Yeah.
I don't understand the language. Rise with the nigger. It doesn't flow with us.
Okay, sir. Can you hear me?
In this process, we are talking about the electorate, the vast majority that constitutes the ordinary people in the village and so on in the market. All this in share. I wonder how it really goes for them. I'm a realist in politics. I don't go with this. We did these things when we were doing students' union politics. Rise with the nigger. What is it all about? I don't understand.
Okay, sir.
Maybe you can.
Let me come in, sir.
Go ahead, Oji.
I beg to differ, right? Said there is no contender right there. You know, the ruling party, Ukachukwu, is there and is in the ballot. There is George Mohalo, LP, literally backed by Peter Obi. And also, I'm talking about inducement. I'm trying to tie all this together, right? I'm talking about inducement, telling your party members to go mobilize. If the person of Professor Chukwuma Soludo and all the works he's been doing in Anambra State, that people love those works and accept those works, why mobilize, induce to get people to vote for him? They could actually easily go to the pool and vote for this individual because they love his work, the technocratic style and all that. I beg to differ. Can you, channel me on the right path right now?
What you just said means that you didn't listen to me when I made my first explanation. We're not talking about the electorate. We're talking about voter apathy, which has always been there. And what has been the tradition of Apga is that we tell members of the party to go to their wards to make sure that they bring out people to vote. Governor Soludo was speaking to members of the party largely. Go back to your wards, bring out the voters. And at the end of the day, after the election, we compensate party members from the particular ward.
I think you missed me. I think you missed me here. All I'm saying is, why would you convince me to come and vote for a Professor Soludo when I know I've seen everything he has done? I can easily go to the polling units and vote for him in appreciation because I want him to continue.
That's a good point. Go ahead and answer the question.
Let's not do this interview with a mindset. If you listen, you will clearly understand the common spoken language I'm saying. I say party members because of apathy, which you and me understand exists in the Nigerian polity. We ask our members, go back to your word, make sure people come out to vote. So it's not about whether they will vote for us or not. We want to make sure that people come out to vote.
I mean, let's remove the party members. Let's talk about the electorates, the people, the individuals, the indigenes in the Anambra that would be at the polling unit to vote. Forget about the party members and mobilization and all that.
Can I listen to you?
If I'm asking, why not them come out on their own and represent and appreciate all the governor he has done thus far and vote for him to continue? That's my question, not the party members. Let's remove the party members, right? Yes, Apga definitely will tell them to go mobilize, pay them all their due after the elections for a very well
So essentially,
done
who
work,
was Soludo referring to during that rally? Was he referring to the electorate, or was he referring to the party members?
I've said that severally.
Say it again. Say it again, sir, please.
I said that Soludo was speaking to party members to go back and mobilize so that people will participate. Now, the point being raised, it's an academic question on whether people really vote. People don't vote again in Nigeria because of Governor Soludo's performance.
All right. So essentially, what I told you at the beginning of this that I wanted to leave the arguments for the courtroom should the case ever go to court. But I think you've indulged me now. Okay. So you're saying that because people now suffer from apathy, that the best way to get them to vote is to induce them with money to make them to come out and vote. How do you defend the fact that the reward for apathy is giving them money?
Please, can I say your narrative is wrong?
All right, correct my narrative. I like to be corrected. Go ahead.
Please let me correct you. I don't want to be put on radio and you change me or TV and you change the narrative of what I say. I'm saying clearly to the whole world what we do. And when you speak from your own narrative, not the idea. I said, and let me repeat myself, speaking to party members, we asked party members, not the ultimate voters, to go back to their ward, mobilize the voters to come out and vote. At the end of the day, at the end of the election, that ward does best gets a reward from the party. This is the simple thing I've been saying.
Well, that's been established, sir.
People continue your
Okay. So,
whatever you think is not the position.
Well, what you've established it, Chief Ifeatu, you've established your point. But I would like to also come in there and speak. Okay. So, Professor Chukwuemeka Soludo is asking these words to secure victory for him. Okay, to secure victory for him. So, like I said, with the amount of time we have, we might not be able to continue that conversation. But what I'm saying now, yes.
If you want to run your show yourself, please go ahead and run your show.
Chief Obi-Okoye, you cannot expect us to agree with everything you say. I'm sure we cannot be expected to agree with everything you say. It's not possible. We are trying to elicit the concerns of Nigerians and get answers to their questions.
On your TV. No, don't put me on your TV to go on your narrative. That's not acceptable to me.
Okay, so your narrative is that this is not inducement, all right? Is that your narrative?
Let me say to you what the narrative is. Let it remain so. If you want to you can run your show and tell me how you feel. And you want me to speak to you about the truth of the matter, you must listen.
All right.
That's what I said.
All right, Chief Obi-Okoye, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you once again. We're already out of time, but we hope that you wish you the best success. And we'll continue to talk about this. Thank you once again. All right, and on that note, the morning show has come to an end. On behalf of the entire production team of the morning show on Afia TV, this is a thank you for watching. And remember, Nka Lounge makes its way to your screen again, your living room or bedroom or wherever you may be. at 8 p.m. today. Paragon is going to be performing, so do well to support Afia TV by turning on your TV, telling a friend to tell a friend to watch this at 8 p.m. And this is going to be the special Halloween edition. And maybe you'll find Dracula and myself, Wednesday Adams, there. I know it's a foreign concept, but it turns out that many Gen Zs love to celebrate it. And Afia TV would surely want the people to have exactly what they want. Once again, bye. See you next week, Monday at 8 a.m. I remain your host, Nathalie Uku.
And I remain Oji Nwachukwu. Bye.